Good morning. Ay, ay, ay. Ay, ay, ay. Good morning, Olivia. Shh. Why'd you just start barking right now? You're going to have to come get her. Look how strong Dave looks. He was trying to sneak by unnoticed. She can't not see a sexy man. Good morning. Good morning. That sexy man turns 50 tomorrow. Did you remember? Tomorrow's your birthday. Tomorrow's your birthday. Wait, is that what you were saying about this morning? But it's the same for you. 50, the big 50. He's a little bit ahead of me. You're going to have to tell me how it feels. All right. How are we? We have had some really, really potent ACIMs lately, yeah? I have these extraordinary women that I've spoken about before in our Chateau Neuf. Mastermind doesn't really, we're like in another galaxy talking about quantum leaping and parallel worlds and creation at the highest levels and this kinds of things, money out of thin air, all of these kinds of things. I've had the stunning opportunity of connecting with them privately. We have like a group hybrid. So we do weekly calls and we have private monthly calls. And hearing them share with me how potent the ACIM has been in enhancing everything that they're moving through. So I'm grateful all across the board. The conversations that we get to have, the conversations that I get to have, being here with you almost on the daily, right? We don't meet on the weekends. And if we require a pause for whatever reason, we honor that as well. But holy wow, what's happened here? Holy wow. We are also having a lot of planes leave TVAT. Here comes one. Let's just soar with it. Let's just like... off into the atmosphere, off into the galaxy. That's where we're going today. And I don't know if they've upped their flight schedules lately for the last 2 days. I guess it's the summer and people are traveling or going into the galaxy. Either way, we're going to ride it. We're going to ride this wave. If you are brand new here, please let me know. Please say hi. We've had so many new women joining the flow, joining the conversation, and something came through for me yesterday that I'll talk to you about tomorrow to really support this awakening, this beauty, this stunning opening that we're experiencing together as we remember the truth of who we are, the power, the beauty, the creation, the abundance, the play, the ease, the performance, letting go of the performance, right? That performance mentality, letting go of the proving and really being in the presence. No pressure. And the potency that happens when we're in the presence, the shifts that happen when we're in the presence. So who's here? Let's say good morning and we'll move into it. Elaine, bonjour. Allison, bonjour. I love all the emojis. Stephanie. Halmea, hello, gorgeous. Elisa, bonjour. Bianca, hello, good morning. Lily, good morning. I will pass that on to Dave Halmea. All right, so Father, Mother, God, as we melt once again into today's lesson, we ask for the space to receive, the space to discern, the space to allow only that which is in accordance with the highest good, letting go of any doubt, any force, any obligation, any have to, any holding on, any trying to make sense of, and rest in the alignment, rest in the beauty, rest in the abundance. This or something even better for the highest good of all concerned. We might have another plane coming. So we're just going to utilize that momentum of these planes soaring overhead, because unlike on my private calls, there isn't a quick way that I can just mute this live. Couple things happening. Did you see? Tell me if you saw this. Two huge things happening. A silent contract conversation that has changed the success game for women completely. We're rewriting it. It's available now. It's $22 with this stunning ritual playbook to really dissolve that performance energy, to let go of the places inside where we've been hooked into that space of proving. The illusion that we have to perform, that we have to sacrifice, this illusion of crucifixion, that we have to have haters, these really powerful things that have held back women from higher levels of success. And if you're inside of real success, not what it looks like on the Insta, we're talking about really, really knowing that we're rich, not just looking a certain way, So that's available. And I was going to share one more thing about it. What was it? Can't remember now. That's available for you now. I know we got some DMs about that we're answering you if you want to receive that lifetime access. And who saw this? Who saw that Sensual Creation Day is back? It's coming back. Wasn't sure, and I'm never sure at this point if I'm going to do things again, because this is something that we've been doing for a really long time. And I'm always reevaluating, does it still have juice for me? Is it still potent for me? Is there something that needs to change? Is there something that needs to be up-leveled? Is there a new part of the conversation that shifts things? More than just, oh, we've done this workshop in the past, everybody loves it, I love it, let's do it again. It's not really what we're going for anymore at all. That's not what I'm going for anymore. There's no obligation if I've done it before. Even women love it. Like I got messages a few weeks ago, are you doing it again? Are you doing it again? And I love that women love it, but I don't do things from that energy unless I feel really called, unless there's a new part of the conversation that I feel needs to be infused. And since we have been dissolving the silent contract inside of Elegant Femme, things have changed. The conversation has changed. Here comes a plane. What are you going to do? Two in 8 minutes. I think that might be a record. So, Sensual Creation Day is back, resurrected. This is a new version of Sensual Creation Day, which is what gets me really excited, because this isn't about planning. This isn't about forcing. It's not about racing. It's not about scrambling. When we do Sensual Creation Day, and in the past, I've done it twice a year. Recently, in the past couple years, we haven't always done it twice a year because things are shifting and growing, and maybe the replay that I did before is just as potent, right? There's no need to repeat something if it's solid where it is. But now, given the silent contract conversation, given the truth that so many women, and I shared this on the silent contract conversation, and it was so potent, that we, inside of Elegant Femme, we talk about the indie, the Frenchie, and the New Yorker. Right? If you're not familiar with that, I really encourage you to go take the Femme Design Assessment and join the Edge meditation series. Both of those are free. Both of those will provide a really potent activation for your next level around wealth, around beauty, around your power, around your embodiment inside of this kind of conversation with spirituality. And how do I move through the physical world in that way? And you can find those links in the description. This conversation around moving away from that obligation, that hook in, where the faux New Yorker, okay, again, familiar with Elegant Femme terms, the faux New Yorker, that part of us that is addicted to the performance, to the pressure, to the idea that success looks that way, that it looks like exhaustion, that it looks like sacrifice, that it looks like competition, that place. Once inside of Elegant Femme, we start unraveling that. We go through the indie, we go through the Frenchie, we start to uncover the real New Yorker, we unravel that performance energy, but then something else happens. Something next level happens that I didn't have words for until recently. We're feeling so free from the faux New Yorker that we're not almost, like sometimes it's very extreme. We're like, I don't want it if it's going to look that way. So unwilling to go back into the faux New Yorker energy that we subtly, or not so subtly, begin to hide from our desires, hide from success. Because, and this is a really conscious choice, it can be, we would choose peace over that any day, any day. But what's happening is there's a hiding, a pulling back from higher levels of activation because there's a fear of going back into the faux New Yorker. So we've been addressing this inside of Elegant Femme. I've been addressing this at really high levels with my clients and really looking at this deeper embodiment around the New Yorker at this level. So I'll be infusing that energy into Sensual Creation Day. Sensual Creation Day Resurrected. This is a workshop to set the next 6 months of your year in a way that really reflects you at this level. It's not about scrambling. We come mid-year and there's kind of like a, oh my gosh, we're halfway through the year. We're halfway through 2025. And we start to think about where we were in January and we can feel this pressure of like, oh, am I going to hit my goals? Am I going to make my vision? Am I going to, and there can be a scrambling kind of energy. Or the other extreme, oh, well, the year's halfway over. I didn't do what I want to do. I didn't, change this. I didn't do this. So I'm just going to give up. And we either go into force and push or numbness. And we're not doing either of that. Very conscious, very beautiful, very elevated, very haute couture spirituality in co-creating the next 6 months of your year in a way that is true to you. I'll be bringing forward some very new parts of conversation. So yes. I love SCD. So it's happening. It's happening next Friday. Next Friday, July 11th, SCD is on. You can go to elegantfemme.com/SCD and join us. It's going to be different than anything we've ever done before. So we have that to look forward to and celebrate. Celebrate. All right, beauties. Lesson 199 we had yesterday. I am not a body. I am free. How are we doing with this? Good morning, Lisa. I am not a body. I am free. I am not a body. I am free. I am not a body. I am free. How's your Frenchie feeling with that? How do you feel about that? What did yesterday's lesson awaken inside of you? Are we ready for the big 200? 200. What do we have? There is no peace. There is no peace except the peace of God. There is no peace except the peace of God. Ooh, this is beautiful. This is the last lesson before we have a big review. Seek you no further. You will not find peace except the peace of God. Accept this fact and save yourself the agony of yet more bitter disappointments, bleak despair, and sense of icy hopelessness and doubt. Seek you no further. There is nothing else for you to find except the peace of God, unless you seek for misery and pain. This is the final point to which each one must come at last, to lay aside all hope of finding happiness where there is none, of being saved by what can only hurt, of making peace of chaos, joy of pain, and heaven out of hell. Here comes another plane. So we're just going to feel all of this beauty and potency and freedom that we are in a direct flight path. Higher we go, the higher we go. Attempt no more to win through losing, nor die to live. You cannot but be asking for defeat. Yet you can ask as easily for love, for happiness, and for eternal life and peace that has no ending. Ask for this, and you can only win. To ask for what you have already, you must succeed. To ask that what is false be true to ask for what you have already must succeed. To ask that what is false be true can only fail. Forgive yourself for vain imaginings and seek no longer what you cannot find. For what could be more foolish than to seek and seek and seek again for hell, when you have but to look with open eyes to find that heaven lies before you, through a door that opens easily to welcome you? Come home. You have not found your happiness in foreign places and in alien forms that have no meaning to you, though you sought to make them meaningful. This world is not where you belong. You are a stranger here. It is given you to find the means whereby the world no longer seems to be a prison house or jail for anyone. Again, lots of words. Let's take a little breath. Take a little breath about this. And really unravel it elegant femme style as we move through this. Just really, there's nothing wrong with intensity. Like, we can all handle some intensity. But let's also hold on. Let's put things in perspective, because this is actually really beautiful and really light. And also, I feel it can be really easily misunderstood or misinterpreted from an energetic standpoint and feel like, yeah, like that. So, can we allow ourselves to receive the truth that there is no peace except the peace of God? And God may still be, I spoke with a woman about this yesterday, God may still be a very loaded word for you. Given context, given history, given relationships, given your upbringing, God might still feel like, even though you know differently, it might still feel like something outside of you. It might still feel like something you hold at a distance or you've judged in the past. So feel free to shift the word God with life, with love, with light, and see if that supports a different context. There is no peace except the peace of love. Oh, okay. Does that feel more intimate? Does that bring it in? Does that feel different? Does that ring different inside? Does it let go of some of the weighted context that can be attached to the word God? God is an entity. God is a thing outside. God is a person that you're getting approval from. And instead, there is no peace except the peace of love. Now, from this point, and the Course is saying this, look, this is all there is. This is the only place you find peace. When you come into union with who you really are, when you recognize who you are, when you emanate the truth of who you are, that you are love, that you are light, that you are power, that you are creation, that's where peace is found. So don't seek for it every other way. Now, does that mean that we don't allow desire energy to come through us? Does that mean we just sit around and we're like, look, I got the peace of God, babe. So I'm good. I'm just gonna sit here in my little corner and I'm good. Maybe, but maybe not. The chasing kind of feeling that the Course is talking about, that it calls seeking, like, I'm gonna find it over here, I'm gonna find it over here. It's the chasing. I don't believe, though, this means that we don't continue to explore and seek and allow desire energy to move through us. Not because we're looking for something to fill a void, but because we are in a state of wholeness and we want to explore that reflection even more from a space of joy, from a place of grace, from a place of fun, of honoring. We had a conversation that was really, really powerful inside of our 2-day possible program, which is our year-long membership, last month. And we talked about this kind of old default of, I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready yet. Like, I need one more program, one more degree, one more letter after my name, one more, I got to read one more book. I have to study a little bit more. Like, we've all been there, right? And there's a difference between that energy of like, I need a little more, I need a little bit more because I'm not enough yet, because I don't know enough yet, because I'm not ready yet, because I'm not happy yet, versus I'm good. I know I'm good, and I choose to because I want to, because it feels good to take the program, to make the investment, to read the book, to buy the thing. Not because I need it as a source of my happiness or peace. I've already got that part. I know that part. But because it's fun for me, because I'm enjoying it, because I want that program. It looks cool. It feels cool. It's bringing something new in my awareness. I want to buy that purse. I want it. Not because I'm looking at it as a holy grail to fix who I think I'm not, but because it's fun, because I enjoy it, because it feels good. Okay? So, freedom is given you where you be held but chains and iron doors. But you must change your mind about the purpose of the world if you would find escape. You will be bound till all the world is seen by you as blessed, and everyone made free of your mistakes and honored as they are. You made them not. No more yourself. And as you free the one, the other is accepted as they are. This is really beautiful. So now we've woven in a deeper context of the course, which is the forgiveness. Forgiveness is, I forgive myself for not seeing this correctly. That's really what it is. Forgive myself for buying into the misunderstanding that I'm not light. I forgive myself for judging myself as anything less than love. I forgive myself for judging anybody as less than love. I forgive myself for seeing through the lens of contraction, of scarcity, of limitation. But it's all the same vein. I forgive myself for buying into the misunderstanding that I am anything less than love, or could anything be anything less than love, and anyone else. And as we do that for others, we do it for ourselves, vice versa. Forgiving ourselves for not seeing things accurately. What does forgiveness do? In truth, it has no function and does nothing. Well, thanks, course, like for making it a little bit more confusing for me. You told me forgiveness is my function. You told me forgiveness is all there is. You've told me that I require to forgive in order to remember who I am. And now you're telling me forgiveness means nothing. Is it really a wonder that people pick up the course and put it down 3 million times? So, the course says, look, forgiveness isn't really a thing because it isn't really needed, because you didn't really ever do anything wrong, because you didn't really ever forget that you're in the mind of God. Really? But it seems like you did. And this illusion is something you buy into when you play inside of the physical world. So we're going to utilize forgiveness as a source of bridging, even though it doesn't really, none of this really exists. Okay. So we just let go of like the complexity and we say, that's okay. What if that's kind of cool? What if it is kind of cool that we're living in a simulation video game style, and this whole game of life is set up to support us in remembering, even though we didn't really forget, because the joy is in remembering. And the way we remember is to forgive. The way we allow ourselves the awareness of remembering is we forgive. How we doing about this? How are we feeling? Is this supporting and giving space, or is your mind like scrambled? How are we? What does forgiveness do? In truth, it has no function and does nothing, for it is unknown in heaven. It is only hell where it is needed and where it must serve a mighty function. Again, again. Hell is something inside of us. It is not some fiery place that you learned about in church that you either go up to heaven and you open the pearly gates, or you go down to hell and burn. It's not a physical place. It's a place inside of us. It's the place of forgetfulness where we refuse to remember that we are the light. It's a place of criticism inside of us. It's the place of rejection inside of us. It's the place inside of us that buys into the illusion of separation. That's hell. That's hell. It exists inside. It is not the escape for you from evil dreams that they imagine, yet believe are true. Hold on. It is only hell where it is needed and where it must serve a mighty function. It is not the escape of you from evil dreams that you imagine, yet believe are true. Oh, is not. That's how it's saying it. Is not the escape of you from evil dreams that you imagine, yet believe are true, a worthy purpose? Yes, of course. Who could hope for more while there appears to be a choice to make between success and failure, love and fear? True, right? That's what drives us a lot. I want to be successful. I don't want to fail. But again, where is it coming from? If it's coming from that void, if it's coming from that space of fear, then you'll seek something forever. We know this. We've felt this. We've all felt this. That place inside, the Course talks about in the beginning, the chasing, like, oh my God, I need it. Oh my God. Or it's coming from the fear. What if I fail? What if I fail? What if I fail? What if I don't get it? I've got to feel the void. I got to feel the void. I got to feel the void. When you realize, really, truly realize, and embody, and remember, even when you forget, you come back to the remembering, there is no void. There is no void. There is no void. There is no void. There is only wholeness. And then you choose to participate in this world that's not really here from a place of joy and happiness and light. And look, let's all be transparent. To me, at least right now, in where I'm coming to you right now, I still go through the human experience. I have not reached a point where every single day of every single second of every single day do I fully remember. Sometimes I forget. Yesterday was one of those days. And even when we know, I actually wrote a post about this on Instagram, because when I'm in that moment, I'm like, I'm going to share it. I'm going to share this. What does it feel like to remember? What does it feel like to be called back into the remembering and not make ourselves wrong when we forget? It's okay. It's okay to forget. It's okay to forget. And it's beautiful to remember. There is no peace except the peace of God, because God has one, God has you. So it's this idea of like, because he has one son. Sorry. I like don't have much of a filter today. I don't know what it is. I just don't love that. Okay. So look, I'm not in any againstness about anything, but I have committed to this being Elegant Femme's Guide to A Course in Miracles. And some of these sentences for me, I just don't love. Okay. So that's just me. So I change this for myself so that I can receive the bigger context. It says, the Course says, because he has one son who cannot make a world in opposition to God's will and to his own, which is the same as his. So really, and we know this truth. It's all an unraveling. There is no gender. Okay, it's all perfect. There is no peace except the peace of God, because God has you. God has you. God has you. That feels good. God has me. God has you. And cannot make a world in opposition. You cannot make a world in opposition to God's will and to your own, which is the same as God's. It's the same. There's no competition. There's no, oh, God's will and my will. Really, is it the ego? Does the ego have an idea? Does the fear have an idea? Does the lack inside have an idea? Yeah. Is that in opposition with God's will? Yes. But that's not really you. You are one with God's will, right? Whew. Whew, today, my goodness. And have a little coffee break as we have another flight incoming. Flight boarding. Maybe not. They're hanging out on the runway. They're revving their engines. What could you hope to find in such a world? In such a world that buys into the illusion that there is opposition in God's will. Again, not a big guy in a gold chair with a staff trying to tell you if you're good or bad. No. Let's look at this from this perspective. What could you hope to find in such a world? Meaning, in such a world where there's any opposition to love, really? That there's anything other than love. It cannot have reality because it never was created. It is here. Is it here that you would ask for peace? Or must you see that as you look on it, the world can but deceive? Yet can you learn to look on it another way and find the peace of God? Yet can you learn to look at the world another way and find the peace of love? Yet can you look at the world another way and find the peace of light? Yes, 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 we can. Peace is the bridge that everyone will cross to leave this world behind. But peace begins within the world, perceived as different, and leading from this fresh perception to the gate of heaven and the way beyond. Okay, you receive it as you want. Peace is the answer to conflicting goals, to senseless journeys, frantic, vain pursuits, and meaningless endeavors. Now the way is easy, sloping gently toward the bridge where freedom lies within the peace of God. Let us not lose our way again. So I was going to skip it, but I'm not going to skip it. Since I brought it up earlier, and it says here, where does it say it? The gate of heaven. In all the movies, right, we see the big pearly gates, and it's like, am I going to get in? It is some external force, man, entity, power going to let me in these gates? Have I done a good job? Have I been a good girl? Did I do my act of contritions? Was I of enough service? No, I don't believe it. Not no, you're not going to get in. No, I don't believe there's a gate in this way. And so this is one of the things that to me is really important to unravel in the course, because it does have a lot of religious context that can be easily, again, nothing against religion at all. I think religion is really, really beautiful when seen through the lens of intention, of not being limited in any way. So the gate, I believe that it's talking about, this is the gate inside of us. Are we letting ourselves in? And the truth is, we're already there. We're already there. We never left. We never left. We are in the mind of God. We never left. But can we believe we left? Can we believe we're separate? Can we believe we have to get approval to come back in? Can we buy into the misunderstanding that anything we've done, anything we've said has taken us out of love, and that we're somehow trying to earn our way back in? Yeah, we can believe that, even though it's not true. We can buy into the illusion. We can buy into the misunderstanding. And ultimately, in some way, this is what all of us have bought into and trying to find our way back in. And what the Course is talking about in the beginning, the seeking, ultimately, that's what we're seeking for. And we know this deep inside. We know what we want, peace. And we know, all of us know, we go about it in fucked up ways. Chase this, chase that. Oh, if I have enough money. Oh, if I have the perfect body. Oh, if I have the perfect hair. Oh, if this person loves me. Oh, if this client says yes. Oh, if I get that handbag. Now, ultimately, there's nothing wrong with any of those things. They can be beautiful things, but not when chasing a void. From that place of, I want to enjoy this, yes, then it becomes fun. Then it becomes Let us not lose our way again today. We go to heaven and the path is straight. Again, we allow ourselves the awareness that we're there. We choose. We choose inside to go. Only if we attempt to wander can there be delay and needless waste time on thorny byways. God alone is sure, and God will guide our footsteps. God will not desert you in need, nor let you stray forever from your home. It says the Father calls and the Son will hear. I say, life calls, you respond. And that is all there is to what happens to be. That is all there is to what appears to be a world apart from God. See, there it is. It lets us know again, appears to be a world apart from God, where bodies have reality. Now is there silence. Seek no further. You have come to where the road is carpeted with leaves of false desires, fallen from the trees of hopelessness you sought before. And now are they underfoot. And you look upon and toward heaven with the body's eyes. Have we had this many flights ever happen on an ACIM? Oh, we're shaking. We're shaking now. We are shaking now. Oh, God, we're just going to ride with it. I think that's 5 flights in 30 minutes. If you're still here, hi. Thanks for hanging. Thanks for hanging. Oh, where were we? All right. Now are they underfoot, and you look upon and toward heaven with the body's eyes, but serving for an instant longer now. So again, the verbiage tends to kind of a little bit like go back to this old, like you look toward heaven, you look up and toward heaven. It's like, no, you look in. You look in. So I feel like some of the language really, I don't know, let's enhance the Course of Miracles together. Listen, you receive it always, always as you know you're meant to. But even a little line like that, to me, when I pick up the book, or could have picked up the book in the past, and if I saw and you look up and toward heaven, it would have pulled me right out. Like, I don't believe that way. That doesn't feel right. Something. So, as you look in toward heaven, with the body's eyes, okay, now maybe it's okay, because it says with the body's eyes, so maybe it's fine. But serving for an instant longer now. Peace is already recognized at last, and you can feel its soft embrace surround your heart and mind with comfort and love. Today we seek no idols. Doesn't mean you don't have any desires. It means you're not chasing something from the void. Peace cannot be found in them. The peace of God is ours, and only this will we accept and want. Peace to be us today. Peace be to us today. For we have found a simple, happy way to leave the world of ambiguity and to replace our shifting goals and solitary dreams with single purpose and companionship. For peace is union, if it be of God. Now, really, it's been clear that that is the only peace anyways. We seek no further. We are close to home. We're home already. And draw still nearer every time we say, there is no peace except the peace of God, and I am glad and thankful it is so. Wow. All right, a couple things. If you're still here, that's all. If you're still here in like every way, like if you're still here with me on this particular live that have been going longer the last couple of days, I saw we had one that was like 50 minutes, which is perfect, right? Because there really is no time anyway, and we're going to be here and have the conversation that is coming through and honor it. So if you're here inside of this still live, thank you for being here. If you're here inside of ACM at this level Thank you for being here. If you're here inside of Elegant Femme and the conversation that's unraveling and deepening and that we're really cracking open so many of these illusions that I, in all transparency, have not had the words for and or felt bold enough inside of my formula to be able to have these conversations. There was a place of me inside of me for sure that was afraid of being seen as not spiritual, not good, in againstness. Like, I have nothing against religion. I am also not like it's funny, a funny extreme. Like, I don't want to be seen as I'm against religion. I don't want to be seen as religious. That's funny, right? But that's true. That's true. And yet, inside of that, what's happened for me personally in dissolving the silent contract is I'm no longer holding back for any of those extremes, the fear of being seen one way or the fear of not being seen one way, because everything is open to whatever it is we desire to receive. And I've said this many, many times. I'm not here to convince. I'm not here to say what's right or wrong. None of that. I'm here together to move through the course and share with you from an Elegant Femme perspective how we can integrate this inside of the physical world, how we can utilize the support of the femme types to live this way, to co-create really on purpose, to really break free of the illusion that we're limited in any way. And yes, honor the peace that's inside of us. Know that it's available to us all the time, no matter what. No matter what's happening in the outside world, no matter what extenuating circumstance seems to be presenting itself that like rocks us to our core, that we still, as we move through the humanness, we can honor the humanness, we can honor the emotions, we can honor the growth, we can honor the stretch, and we can honor the remembering inside. And in that, have the lightness, have the fun, have the joy, have the play. Really allow the indie to support us in, I know I'm safe. I know I'm safe, even when, especially when outside circumstances are less than ideal. I can be in the truth. I can reside in the truth of who I am. The Frenchie, the joy, the pleasure, the fun, the play, the prioritization of what matters, which is joy, which is laughter, which is lightness, to not squeeze the shit out of the spiritual journey and get so addicted to, oh my gosh, I gotta heal, and feel the heaviness around it. We get to play, we get to have our desires, we get to live into the physical world knowing we're not a body, we are free, and yet I'm gonna enjoy the heck out of this body for the time that I have it because it's a messenger. So what message am I sending? Play, peace, love, beauty, fashion. Why not? Why not? And then the New Yorker, the real integration of the New Yorker, letting go of performance, letting go of proving, letting go of obligation, letting go of sacrifice, and also not hiding, allowing success at the highest levels in whatever way that calls to your soul. So this is Elegant Femme's Guide to A Course in Miracles. If you want to take it deeper with us inside of Elegant Femme, a bunch of links in the description. Just let us know we're here for you. And sign up for Sensual Creation Day, July 11th. There will be a 48-hour replay, elegantfemme.com/SCD. I will see you there. I will see you there. Have a beautiful rest of your day. What a fun. I absolutely love the way you explain what you're sharing. Oh, I'm glad. Bigger plane. Unity in Christ. Tara, you're on fire. I just marked all these last 50 lessons to re-listen. Yeah, we're in it lately, huh? God and source are a part of self, 100%, embracing the wholeness. Yes. Such a powerful lesson. Yesterday, loved it. Then again, I love them all. Here we are. I will see you tomorrow briefly for, I think at this point it still feels aligned to come on, even though it's Dave's birthday. But if Miss Marino says differently, then you'll get a little message from me. But I feel like I will still be live with you tomorrow on the 4th of July, Freedom Day, where my husband's going to turn 50, and the cutest little Dave always thought that fireworks were for his birthday. Isn't that the sweetest thing ever? So I plan on seeing you tomorrow. But if anything changes, I will let you know ASAP. So much love. Have a beautiful rest of your day.